Hi, thanks for joining me for your 5 days to get more flexible challenge. Hope that you've been enjoying it so far. Today's focus, hips. Oof. It's no coincidence that I've actually started you sitting cross-legged each of the days of the challenge. It's something as adults that we often don't do anymore, is sit on the floor. And so it's great flexibility practice to sit cross-legged. And so hips allow us to do this. So ball and socket joint, external rotation of the hip to allow the leg to come out like this, which is, you've been working on your hips the whole time. But we're going to put a little bit of extra attention into the hips today. So thinking about sitting cross-legged again, remember the cushion, you can always shove it under, give yourself a bit of height, knees need to be protected. So if they are giving you a bit of trouble, once again, straighten a leg out if you need to. We will fold forward from here, and it's a great all-rounder for the lower back. So I have popped it in just as a little gift to you. And you're thinking, rather have a box of chocolates, CJ. But anyway, this is a good start for the hips. It's just to find a little bit of length through that lower back. Remember your breath in and out through your nose if you can. And if you've had a big day, maybe there's a few good sighs or exhales coming out of your open mouth just for a couple of breaths here. So when you think about your hips, usually the time that our hips give us a bit of trouble is if we've been sitting too long. Perhaps you've been in the car driving, or you've been sitting at a desk, and you'll go to stand up and you'll feel a bit seized up in your hips, okay? So what we want to be able to do is move them easily and keep them nice and supple. The joints and the muscles around those joints. And of course, hips are also related to our emotional stuff, so it can really be useful to find flexibility in our hips, open them up, release a little bit of whatever's hanging around emotionally. And I'll talk more about that in the live tonight. To begin with, give them a little shake off, these legs. And then we're going to just start with a little side bend. So this is great for releasing into the side of the hip, and this is where we really want to take it nice and easy. We don't want to bow forward, so we've got right leg straight, left leg bent. I want you to think about drawing your left shoulder all the way back, okay? And then your long arm runs along your long leg, your long arm, your long leg. If you've got short arms, that's okay, it can still work. And then as you draw the shoulder back, this top arm comes up and over. Oh, yep. Perfect. I felt then my ribs start to separate. So you're thinking, well, this is meant to be about hips. Here we go. When we make room in our side body, our hips start to also be able to spread and open. So we've got our top arm reaching, and you're going to feel this long line of stretch running through the torso and then down into the hips. If you don't like your head looking up, if it hurts your neck, just look down. Keep drawing the shoulder back. So what's going to happen, if you lean forward, you're going to start putting pressure on your lower back. You're going to start to twist your lower back, and that's not going to feel that good later. So we're going to keep everything in line, ribs in line with shoulder, ribs in line with shoulder. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good, relax into it. One more set of breath. Beautiful. And then this arm comes back over, and we're going to open through the front of this long side. So you just push up, push up. You can reach your arm as well. And again, the perks of being on a recording like this is you can pause it, you can suss it out, and then you can have a go. This is just opening up through the front of the hip. Excellent. And then landing back to earth, and we're going to go to the other side. So you might feel a little bit, whoa, that was trippy. That's your hips opening and releasing, which is perfect. So again, if the knee doesn't like it, prop it up with a cushion, put a cushion under your bum, find a shape that works well. We've got our long leg and our long arm sliding down, and then draw the shoulder back on that right side before you take the arm up and over. And you'll know when you get there, you'll feel that little pull up above the ribs, and then you'll start to know I'm on that sweet spot. I'm just going to stay and breathe. really good. Really nice. Because you've got everything drawing back, you're protecting your back here as well. You're in no danger of twisting your back when your shoulders are also back as well. So don't let yourself curve forward. You're doing so well. As they say, we're here for a good time, not a long time, so just breathe into it. Relax in for this last set of breath. And then gently, gently rising back up. Remember, you might get that little head spinny thing. That's all good. Take your time. Hand goes down. Push into this bent knee to lift. And then up and over we go with this top arm. So putting the length back into that front hip there. Beautiful. Coming back to earth. And then sliding over onto hands and knees. And we're going to have a little go at pigeon. So when I say a little go, she can be interesting if you haven't done it before. But let's get into it and then we'll see what alternatives you might need. So lifting up and bringing your front knee forward to your wrist. The leg, the lower leg, the shin goes on a diagonal. And then slide this other leg back. So you want your front knee on the same side as it belongs. So don't cross it. Keep it open. And if you can, down onto your forearms here. Let your head stay nice and long. Take your time. So really good hip opener. Also probably getting into your adductor muscles, which we explored the other day. Taking it gently, letting your chest come down slowly but surely. Forehead can rest on the ground. If it won't make it to the ground, give it somewhere to rest. Let's do 2 more breaths. Try and relax, I know. Let the teeth be soft, let the tongue be gentle. Think of all the good you're doing for your flexibility right now. And then ever so slowly, coming back up, gently. Make a bit of room under your body. I know I can hear you from here. Take your time. Give it a little wiggle if you need to. It's all going to be okay. This is the pose where people think, oh boy, what have I done to myself? I promise you it's going to be great. Lifting the knees up and then bringing, if you can, back knee forward. Now, an alternative to this pose, if your knee doesn't like the pressure, lie on your back and thread the needle. We did that in the first class, which is the one where you've got the knee across and you pull everything in lying on your back. Same pose without pressure on this front knee. And take your time. Stay as long as you need to. Just because I'll move on to the next pose. If you're really enjoying it, just stay and take what you need. And have a little think to yourself as you do practice through these different stretches. What worked really well? What did I feel amazing with afterwards? And is that something I need to put into my life each day? Of course, I would say, yes, of course it is. but you know, not everything does what we need it to do straight away. And we've got to revisit it a couple of times to really get the full benefit. Relax down into it for these last couple of breaths. Excellent, then pushing back up on the hands. Take your time. Just going to come onto our bottom and come all the way through. Feet come together. You might need your cushion again for your bum. See how you go, but you're just going to rock your buttocks back behind you and just come forward just a moment. Just opening up through these hips again. Putting a little bit of pressure with the elbows onto the calves can be a really nice way to open up through there. And then what opens must shut. So knees come up, put the hands behind you, bring the heels in a little closer and just slide the legs from side to side. Windscreen wiper the knees, make the shape fit your body well. If you need the legs to go out further or further apart, that's all good. And we come back to sitting cross-legged, hopefully feeling a little bit more comfortable as the days go on. Wonderful to have you here. Tomorrow's focus, neck and shoulders. Can't wait to see you. Go well. See ya.